when you have a positive culture on your sample port or your dispense tap, it's time to clean the valve or the ports themselves. 90% of all the contamination are involved in the tip of the tube. And for a normal sample, all you got to do is put a swab up there and clean it out, or a swab up here and clean it out, and then wipe it off, and you can have a clean sample every time. But if it's persistent, then you need to clean the valve. And the easiest way to clean the valve is to turn off the orange elbow on the DI canister. That will stop the water flowing to these components. Then you can open the valve to verify that there's no water. Then you can remove the valve, and you can either just replace it, or if you don't have a replacement, you can pull it out and disassemble it. The way to disassemble it is this white ring is the lock. You push in on the lock and then it releases the tubing. So once again, push in on the lock and it releases this fitting. Now this fitting has a gray lock. You can see it clearly that it's gray, and if I push it on the lock, it releases the tubing. This is the lock. It's got some sharp teeth on the lock and it holds it in. You can see the black O-ring, that's the seal inside. You don't have to take the lock out. I'm just demonstrating how it works. But it's the same on this valve. This is the lock. There's the teeth, there's the O-ring, and the lock holds the tubing in when there's pressure in the system or when you don't push in on this outer ring. All right, so if you disassemble your components, you can put them into a container, and then you can pour in some bleach. Now, you don't have to use 100% bleach. You can use your 10%. It's easier if you spill or splash. So just pour in some 10% solution of bleach and swish everything around. And it only has to sit in here for a minute or so. If you have really bad contamination, you may want to leave it a full minute, but even sometimes less than a minute is fine. Just open and close the valve, like stick it in the bleach and open and close it to work it a little bit. Make sure that it gets on all of the surfaces of the valve, and then you know that these are sanitized and clean. Sometimes it's wise to do the entire dispense tap tubing, and that's going to be more difficult, but you're always welcome to run some 10% down the tube and work that around a little bit. You can see that's coming out. So that's a good way to clean that piece if you need to. And when you're done with that 30 seconds to a minute, you can rinse it and put it back together. And you might be thinking, well, why is he rinsing it with tap water? You don't have to use tap water. You can use DI water, but it's okay to use tap water also. All you're doing is rinsing off the bleach. The actual flushing of this is after you hook it back up to the Medwater system. You'll turn on the orange elbow valve to let the water into this section, and then you'll spray water out of these valves for over 30 seconds. And when you do your sample, you want to make sure you're spraying the water out. Take your urine sample cup or whatever sample you're using and do a midstream flow, and then put the lid on without touching any of the surfaces. And that's how you collect your sample and getting it straight. And the way to put this together is you put one end here and then a downspout and an inspout, and that's how you put that back together. So there's your sample port and your dispense tap cleaning, and put it back on the Medwater system. And when it's got water in the system, you can flush it out. And that's how you sanitize your valves. Thank you.